Well, this man has been there before, and he certainly looks like it. The #1 middleweight contender back in a championship setting, and we've talked about this a lot, but he made himself undeniable with this run back to contention. Now he tries to wrest away the gold.
That's not easy, John. It's not easy to make your way back because you have been there before, and maybe it didn't work out for you. But to stay positive, to have that steel trap of a mind that allows for you to rebuild yourself, makes you know when you do get back, you have a greater appreciation for the opportunity. Tonight he said he intends to finally cash in.
There are a lot of high-level guys at 185 pounds, a lot of contenders waiting in the wings. This challenger knows he has to maximize this opportunity in front of him tonight. All right, so the path to UFC middleweight gold and glory continues to go through this man. And without speaking hyperbolically, I do believe this man looks like he could reign for some time.
You know, when you think about middleweight, you think about some great champions, Anderson Silva and Israel Adesanya. This man can be viewed in the same regard because he has ruled atop this division for a really long time. He's ruled it with an iron fist. He is just so good in this role. He is everything you want in a UFC champion.
And he's fighting in his natural weight class. A lot of people wondered aloud if maybe he could become a 2-division champion, go down to 70. He don't want to hear that noise. He's looking to pluck off another middleweight title challenger in yet another big spot here tonight. Well, a lot of us remember when this arena was erected, and a lot of UFC history has played out here since. Etihad Arena sold out tonight in Abu Dhabi for the latest UFC pay-per-view. Our tale of the tape for this middleweight championship fight. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, the Lion. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. Ladies and gentlemen, the reigning, defending UFC middleweight champion, Big Daddy.
Dean, our referee for this one. All right, so here he is, the reigning defending champion. He won his last fight by TKO, and he says he thinks he can do the same here tonight.
Oh, my Lord.
Hook is there again. Oh, that's a huge connection there, DC. He is hurt.
Massive hook lands, and his opponent seems to be on his way out of the fight.
Oh, big shots raining down. And he's able to work his way back to his feet. Man, these guys have some...
He's hurting bad here. He's brutalizing them with the ground and pound. This fight is close to being done.
And he will let his opponent stand up here.
Oh, my goodness.
And that'll do it.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, you got to be kidding me with that knockout. If that is not the #1 play on SportsCenter tonight, I'm not sure what would top it. One of the best knockouts we've seen all year.
In a very long time. I have not seen someone look this good. He promised us something, and he delivered with that beautiful knockout.
Bruce Buffer has your official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 18 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by knockout and still
All right, so off the record, you like the champion to get it done tonight, and that is how it played out, and still UFC middleweight champion. Congratulations are in order.
It makes you feel like you know what you're talking about, when in reality you don't. But this guy makes me feel like a professional because it's hard to bet against him. Congratulations once again, champ.
Too humble, champ. Just too humble. All right, so here he is, the #1 middleweight contender. He made himself undeniable, and tonight he gets a title shot. We shall see what he can do with it.
Yeah, he made himself undeniable. You know, nothing is ever guaranteed. Sometimes you got to do more. He just kept his head down. He kept working. Whoever they put in front of him, he beat them. And ultimately, he finds himself on the verge of a championship. The preparation has been thorough. The preparation has been very intense, and he feels like they have done everything necessary to become the champ tonight.
Now, most people would argue right now the UFC's 185-pound division has never been stronger, and a lot of people believe that this man is going to alter history by wresting the title away tonight. We shall see. All right, here he is, folks. You know who he is, the undisputed UFC middleweight champion. This man has run roughshod through one of the deepest divisions in the UFC, and he is showing no signs of slowing down.
He ain't slowing down, John. He loves the ability to call himself the champ. A smile is on his face every time somebody goes, "Hey, champ, how you doing?" The guy lives for it. He lives for the adulation. He lives for the applause. He lives for the ability to stay in the spotlight. He will fight to defend his title as if his life depended on it.
Huge training camp for him. He feels like he has leveled up in a lot of disciplines of mixed martial arts. And, man, if he presents an even better version, scary proposition for the challenger. And now our tale of the tape for this middleweight championship fight. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Big Train. And now he's the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, Big Daddy.
Herb Dean, third man in the octagon tonight. All right, so here he is, the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC champion out of the red corner. Many of you remember his title defense not all that long ago. He won it by knockout.
Oh, he's in a lot of trouble now.
Back to the feet now.
Oh, they're going at it here. Huge shots landing on both sides.
And they are exchanging leather early.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, he got him again.
Oh, how good is this? 1 minute into the fight, and we got a full-on brawl.
Oh, man.
Oh! Oh, big left hand there. Oh! That'll do it!
Oh! Woo!
Now we go inside the octagon. Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 15 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, and still the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, Big Daddy.
And still the king of the 185-pounders. There he is, the undisputed UFC middleweight champion after the knockout tonight in his title defense. And that's got to feel pretty good. There were a lot of people backing the #1 contender coming in here tonight, but he certainly muted all of that noise and then some. The celebration is on in the corner. Congratulations to the reigning, defending, still undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world.
ready to fight? Ready.
All right, so here he is, the UFC champion, and this guy is all the rage right now.
Oh, my God!
Gets back to his feet.
He's got to start throwing down. Oh!
Well, DC kind of just played.
Oh!
That is it!
Oh, my God!
Yeah, that was just a gorgeous shot to end the fight right there. I'm not even sure the opponent really saw it coming. So back to the drawing board for him. But for the winner, this is certainly exactly what he was looking for here tonight. Bruce Buffer now with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean's called a stop to this contest at 34 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, Big Daddy.
All right, so a lot of people thought the #1 contender was going to get it done tonight. Not the case, and still UFC middleweight champion of the world. And I think he wants to slow all of that roll when it comes to somebody taking his title.
Yeah, absolutely. This guy has desires to be a long-reigning champion. A champion that held onto the belt like the great Anderson Silva did before him. This guy looks to have all the tools.
Well, how about that pop that greets the #1 UFC middleweight contender? He has emerged through the gauntlet at 185 pounds, and tonight, that elusive crack at UFC Gold.
Just getting here is an accomplishment because the waters are shark infested. Every single time you walk into the octagon, you are challenged at the highest level. So to get here is one thing. It's another thing to become the champion. He feels like tonight is his night to complete the journey, to finish writing his story and walking away with a championship belt.
There is a little bit of friction on this matchup, but most people would argue if any athlete is well-equipped to bottle that emotion and realize success on a big stage, it is this #1 contender. Those questions give way to answers here in a moment. All right, so the latest title defense arrives here and now for the UFC's undisputed middleweight champion. And prevailing wisdom is it's going to take a huge effort out of the challenger tonight to dethrone this dominant king.
Absolutely. You do not beat this guy without being on your A game. And not even just your A game is going to get it done. You have got to overachieve in order to beat this guy. This guy is firmly entrenched as the best in the world. When you look at him, you know he's the best. From the way he carries himself, to the confidence, to the skill set. He's the champ, and he doesn't intend for that to change.
Seemed as though it was maybe a difficult weight cut or more difficult than once prior, but he didn't want to hear any of that noise in advance of this latest middleweight championship title defense. Or tell the tape for this middleweight championship fight. All right, now for the official introductions, we send it inside the octagon to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Anthony Luffy Hernandez. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending UFC undisputed middleweight champion of the world, Big Daddy.
All right, Herb Dean, third man in the octagon for this one.
Ready.
All right, so here he is, the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC champion out of the red corner.
Oh, he hurt him!
There's that left hand.
Oh, he hurt him again, bro.
Able to get back to his feet yet again. Oh, but not a good look for the judges here. Look how wobbly he is. Ooh! And mixes in a takedown. Why not? Oh, nicely done there as he escapes back to his feet. Fluffy's eye starting to swell now. Well, no denying the durability on the other side, but at this point, you just got to find that kill shot and get him out of there.
Oh, my God, he's hurt. He's hurt. Great shot from the top position.
And he is back up to his feet. Hernandez gets the takedown there. And he switches his stance yet again.
Oh, my goodness.
And there it is!
Holy smokes.
Yeah, man, crowd loving it. Just a gorgeous shot there to end the fight. Really just the way he drew it up. He found the opening and capitalized on it to the utmost extent. Nicely done to finish the fight. All right, with that, the official decision is in. We go to the veteran voice of the octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 55 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, and still the undisputed champion of the world, Big Daddy.
All right, so there he is, the still UFC middleweight champion of the world. He has retained this title at 185 pounds for some time and showing no signs of slowing down, DC.
This is a weight that hasn't had many middleweight champions. Anderson Silva reigned for so long that every time a guy gets his hands on the belt, they're going to hold on to it for dear life. And tonight, he got the job done and remains the UFC middleweight champ.